Alright, now it's time for me to bring you something that I'm actually pretty excited for. I think this is relatively interesting, and this was completely made possible by my patrons on Patreon who donated. This is not something I would have wasted money on if it not were for you mugs, so here's to you. I saw a video of this about maybe a year or so ago on Facebook, and it was one of the few times where you see a new invention on Facebook that doesn't just seem stupid, or like they're trying to reinvent the wheel. A lot of times, Tolstoy, anyone who knows me, knows that I very much believe in irreducible simplicity, that you cannot reinvent the mousetrap. But every so often, someone does actually reinvent the damn mousetrap. Or, in this case, slingshot. I would not have purchased this if, first of all, I wasn't going to go on the internet to get it. I saw the video and I was insanely impressed with it and all the things that I'd seen these people doing with it, but I generally am not. It's hard to get me to buy something. I guess I could have checked Amazon. Amazon probably has these. I don't know, man. It seemed proprietary. Maybe this was like back when they were first starting to make them and it was like if you go to GoFundMe, or what's that other one where if you pledge money ahead of time, they'll give you the model for, you know, Kickstarter. Anyway, I don't know. I don't remember. I saw a video, I thought, that's actually really interesting, but whatever. And then I saw it at a Walmart for $24, and I wouldn't have spent the money, but Patreon, bro. So you can read here, it says, Evolution of the Slingshot. Yeah, with modern day materials, they may or may not have been able to redo the slingshot, which is really interesting. Anyway, get this off the bat. This thing looks like some kind of weird sex toy. It really looks odd. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's not. But it's not about what it looks like, it's about what it does. And I've seen it perform, and it looks weird, and in your mind, for some reason, you think, there's no way this could be effective. It doesn't look like it should be effective. But, boy howdy, was it. And we're gonna find out for ourselves before the end. But, in essence, as you can probably guess, it is a slingshot that consists of a little mouth that's made of reinforced plastic with some sort of high-grade futuristic rubber. You place your ammo in the rubber, you yank back, giggity, or maybe, yes, I suppose that's giggity, I suppose. You yank back, and then you let it fly. And I have actually seen this thing generate a surprising amount of muzzle velocity for what it is. I don't know if muzzle velocity is the word I want to use. YOLO. Unlike a slingshot, however, this thing can actually be, I think, crunched down and sealed up in its own little cap, and then carried in your pocket. That actually makes it very interesting, very well thought out. And the amount of things that it can shoot, including, but not limited to, arrows. I'm not even making that up. I would try it with some of the carbon fiber arrows that I got made for my 50-pound recurve bow. However, I don't think I had the little whisker biscuit attachment. Yes, giggity, whisker biscuit, indeed. Okay, let's go over the box. You have your sex toy. I mean, pocket shot. You have your pocket shot. You know, on the inside, really simplistic little box design. Not eye-catching, not offensive, but you know, good for what it does. It's okay packaging. Doesn't look like it's going to take me forever to get into it. You'll notice an American flag there. Very good, lads, because it also says, "Made in America." We like that. We like that. Check here on the side. Other pocket shot products. Replacement sleeves. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That basically indicates that the sleeve will eventually wear out. How many shots do I have? I've never heard of this. They did not make that clear on the video that I saw 2 years ago. I want my money back. I'm just kidding. Practice plastic ammo. It'll never biodegrade. That's one of those things, man. I really got into airsoft for a while, and the biodegradable BBs jam the guns, so you gotta use high-grade plastic BBs, and it's like, but Mother Nature, bro. Like, it's never gonna fucking biodegrade. That's kind of fucked up. You can also shoot steelies. Why did I say steelies? I don't know, man. I literally heard that phrase somewhere, and I don't even remember where I heard it. It was like some Stephen King movie where some kid is growing up in the 50s in Maine, and they're like, what do you use your slingshot with, kid? And he's like, marbles, steelies sometime, if I can find them. And I'm just like, steelies. And for some reason, that just stuck with me. And we do have a little package of Daisy steelies that I, for some reason, just have left over from something. One of those, you know, back when Tolstoy used to do the air gun reviews. Remember those? Remember that crackhead? Yeah. You can get your whisker biscuit. It's a specialized cap that has a whisker biscuit for aiming arrows, for firing arrows out of this. It also says that you can get some custom arrows. Look, I got carbon fiber arrows made for a 50-pound recurve bow, bro. If for whatever reason that doesn't work with your thing, there's probably a reason why. It's not. It doesn't explain it on the box. There's probably some handling information on the back. Replacement arrow pouch? What? Do you mean a quiver? I have one. What? And then they call this the pocket hammer. That needs to be called a wire stock. That's what that is. Check the back. It says, warning, this product contains natural rubber latex which may cause an allergy to latex. You know, well, I don't have a latex allergy. Don't ask me how I know. While the pocket shot can be used recreationally, it is not a toy. Check your local laws and age restrictions. There's no law against having rubber. What? If somebody has already made laws against this... I don't know. Anyone under the age of 16 should have an adult supervising them. Never aim or shoot the pocket shot at a person. Doing so may result in serious injury. And I'm not really kidding, man. Some of the shots that I've seen of this thing's use look like this thing actually packs a serious punch. So, down at the bottom, there's basically a lot. All of this is just don't be dumb. Do not shoot. Wow, it says do not shoot BBs, rocks, glass, or any other type of sharp object, as doing so may result in serious injury. The only thing that I could possibly worry about is maybe using glass marble, it might shatter because of the force of being flung forward, and if it does, and it creates some kind of shrapnel effect, that would be bad. Now, if it's whatever you're shooting at is in danger, you know, shit happens. Do not stretch the pocket shot to an unreasonable length when firing. Pocket shot is most accurate and desirable to fire at approximately 10-12 inches stretched. So stretch it back by a foot and let it rock. Do not alter or modify the pocket shot in any way. Alright, will do. Alright, so what this package has is rings, caps, standard pouch. Cap creates watertight storage. Now that is interesting. So legit, one of the things that you can actually get your hands on for survival purposes, a lot of stuff that people wouldn't even think about, you know, like coffee filters can do a lot. A lot of things you wouldn't even think about. And one of the things is condoms. Prophylactics. In Vietnam, they were actually passing them out, not just because dudes were, I mean, really having sex with, like, prostitutes in country and getting diseases. That's a thing that happened. But also because you can take a prophylactic and roll it over the edge of a non-chromed barrel M16, like what Snake's got there. It's probably an M4, but, you know, M16, M4, you know. Tomato, tomato. Long story short, you can roll that over the front, and it'll protect it from rain getting in there and causing the barrel to rust. I mean, when you're being rained on that much, I don't know what's protecting, like, you know, the breech or the anything else on it, but yes, you can, in fact, use a condom to, for some reason, protect. And a lot of people will suggest that you can use condoms for water storage. Most condoms can hold up to 1 liter of fluid. And I guess if you get them without all the schmooze and the fuzz and the uck and the guzz and the lube and the ridge and the dicky do, you can use them to carry water and drink safely from them in an emergency. Why do I know this? I don't know, man. I've read a lot of survival stuff. I don't know what to tell you. See, twice the loading speed of a slingshot. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Yeah, it's easier to drop something into a pouch than it is to kind of fit it into that little sling. Shoots up to 300 feet per second with black pouch. Note that this is the adult version. There is actually an orange pouch that is like the kiddie version. Of course, I'm a man, so I needed the adult version. Oops, I don't know how to turn a box. Okay. And interchangeable parts fit all accessories. Cool. Shows you some assembly. At the bottom, I don't read instructions. I'm a man, so there's that. All you really got to do is open it. And it looks like this. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's get this thing out. All right. This rubber, it feels and looks awkward. I'm just gonna be real, bro. Feels and looks awkward. On the ridge, you can knock your camera. That's what you should do. What you should definitely do is knock the camera for professionality. So, alright, let's see here. So, on the ridge it says, the pocket shot. And it says the pocket shot. You probably shouldn't stretch it while the thing is on, because I feel like that's going to create some kind of negative air pressure thing. And unscrew the top. Yeah, that's, yep. Anyway, and I'm assuming you would load the BB into there. I mean, operation is obviously fucking easy. Crank back. Let fly. Alright. I think it's time for some test footage. Let's get it, bro!
Alrighty. For once, I actually brought the camera's tripod. Sticks out of the back of my backpack. Looks a little funny, but there's literally nobody around. I'm not usually a big proponent of DEET, because bugs usually don't bother me, but I've heard that there's been an explosion of mosquitoes because of the flooding caused by the stupid fucking hurricane. So I'm gonna be real, the bugs are out in full force today. Very awkward, had to pack targets. See if we can balance it. Yeah, you know, whatever. Let's see. You! Okay. Might as well just use a man-made structure. Man tends to build in straighter lines than Mama Nature. So, let's set up some targets. We've got a box of Steelies. And we got the pocket shot, excuse me. Take off the top, because I don't have a point for it. I guess I'll just stash it in the bag. Ugh, that felt dirty. Ugh. So, you load it in like that. Pull it back to, they say, about a foot. That actually ricocheted. I should probably be more careful. I did a couple test shots with this, and accuracy seems to be kind of an issue. There is nothing to aim with, and unlike an arrow, these BBs do not paint a trajectory through the sky. They just sort of... These fucking bugs. Jesus Christ. I cannot stay here long. They move faster than you can really see coming out of this thing. And the only thing that you can really use to judge how far off the target you were is by the report, the sound where it ricochets, and I really hope these are not mosquitoes. They are mosquitoes. Big mosquitoes. Oh my god, no, 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 no. Surprising how under duress I can make a direct hit. Let's see what you do. Huh. Didn't penetrate. Interesting. Set it up again. Missed. Tried to catch some fog, but I missed. Alright. Gotta retreat. I literally probably have malaria now. Alright, maybe shooting near a creek kind of maybe attracts more mosquitoes. I was trying to get some Resident Evil style camera work here with my over the shoulder. I don't know if you can see the target sitting on that stump. Alright, we're a little bit more closer now. That's about 10 feet. Whatever, it's a slingshot. Oh good, so the ammo is stuck in this little pouch that I believe is ironically meant for a magazine to a pistol. Wish there was a way to kind of speed feed this little box into here. Alright, see what we got. Missed it by just a millimeter. And of course, like it fits. Damn thing flew out of my hand. It definitely feels like something you would have to get some competency with. It's not magic. Shot here. I'm gonna take 2 BBs out at once. Look at that. It's like the old Tolstoy days with the air guns, just nowhere near as accurate. Just missed it. You could actually hear the fact that it clipped the can. It's fun. I don't know if I like this more than archery. Of course I'm not. Piece of shit. That one's way off. These fucking mosquitoes. They followed me all the way here. I've got to get out of here. Alright. Judging from muscle memory is enough, one of the only issues is a tendency for someone to just drop the BB on the ground, because it's a tendency for someone to, yep, that's what I'm doing, I'm twerking up. You need to twerk straight back. Yepper. That one like literally curved around it. There we go. That's within about 10 feet. So I'm not sure if this thing's any good. Wow, that distance is actually far though. The penetrative power is not really what I had in mind, although I'm not sure if I'm bringing it back far enough. Yeah, that's only 6 inches, really. Is that a foot? Is that a foot yet? There's a tendency to curve a little bit, but so does an arrow. Yeah. Fucking bug, get away from me. It's already starting to kind of hurt my thumb holding it like that. That's something that you notice. Hit that tree. Yeah, you can hit the broadside of a barn. It has a tendency to want to get stuck like that. Alright, I just dropped another BB, so now we got 2 in there. Hit that tree again, see what we got. Both of them kind of arced and went to the right of the tree.
Well, anyway, so all of that was several months ago, when it was warmer. I feel like it was the summertime, but really it was like October, late November, something. And that was, here it is, the pocket shot. I still have it. I had to dig through the war chest, because I guess I just threw it in there, and you know what? And I just remembered, it probably tastes... there you go, because that's your only other option, is to take your fingers and do that, and that's weird, you know? I just got back from the gym, so I'm kind of like, a little bit of pump, got that creatine going on there, and I got my massive Guy Fieri hair, which, to be perfectly honest, it's no problem. Welcome to Flavortown, alright? He'd be just slinging back grenades, yelling, "Welcome to Flavortown." Hell yeah, he would. Hell yeah. So anyway, I'm not really sure what I think about this thing. On the one hand, the downside is the accuracy is an issue. That could just be operator error. I could just suck. Like, my accuracy has never been terribly good, not terribly bad. Multiple... I've never had anything, like, officially tested, like, never served in the military or anything, but I do know that, on average, video games rate my accuracy about 75%, and I've actually also had some sort of, like, military-grade test that was done. It's hard to explain. I was at Fort Benning, Georgia, and there's, like, an Army museum that is there. I think it's, like, the largest Army museum in the world. I don't know if they're counting other people's Army museums, but it's certainly ours. It even had a Davy Crockett, a deactivated Davy Crockett nuke, or a model thereof. Okay, all right, okay. I didn't think that they took an actual nuclear weapon and put it in the, but you know what I mean. Anyway, and for whatever reason, they had some kind of ride there that you could pay, and they would give you a M4 replicant. And it had a pressurized, CO2 pressurized muzzle that would force rise to represent the kickback of an actual firearm. And the girl there told me that they actually, this is the first thing that they give the grunts, just to give them a, before they bring them out on before they actually give them the, the real dealie to, the real pop guns to practice with. I'm not sure how true that is. And initially she told me, she was like, all right, you pay a nickel, take your chance, don't shoot at anything outside of your lane. And so I shot at everything. within my lane, without my lane, by the river, across the brook, with a cow in the stream, beyond the river. Yeah, I did all that shit. And she was like, as soon as it shut down, she's like, okay, you got like a 20%. Did you listen to what I said? And I was like, no. And she was like, yeah, you gotta only aim within your lane. She's like, I'll give you one more ride, but I swear, just do it fast and my boss is gonna be back. Click, reset the whole thing, shot all the targets. Really, really happy about my trigger discipline, too, because I only let... you know what? I had the one chance that I had, really, to kind of experience full auto outside of, like, you know, going to Vegas or one of those specialty gun places where you can rent automatics. And I'm sitting there going, pop, 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 pop. I should have sat there and Scarfaced it and just, you know, I should have done some of that, but I didn't. So, anyway, it could just be that my accuracy with this is terrible. It could just be that, I mean, how is it supposed to be accurate? It's a slingshot, and maybe that's just the nature of slingshots, and it doesn't have any aiming reticle, and, you know, anyway, that could be the case. But on the other hand, it has the thing that a lot of slingshots and even archery, you know, a lot of slingshots and bows don't have, which is extreme compactability. This thing, this little sucker right here, you can kind of just compact down, kind of smear it up there, and you can just put that in your pocket. That's why they call it the pocket rocket and pocket shot. Pocket shot. Gosh, I gotta get my mind out of the gutter here. So yeah, I wish I could have gotten better footage for you, but I was literally getting eaten alive by giant mosquitoes the size of, like, small Shih Tzus. I'm not even making that up. I'd really like to get you some actual archery footage. That's one thing that Tolstoy was never really able to share a lot of, is my, my one dot in archery that I got. So this is a 20-pound recurve bow that I started off with. It's a little child's bow. Which way am I holding it? Hold it upside down. Yep. And I had little kitty arrows you get from Dick's, and I shot at a distance about 50 to 100 feet in my backyard, and I was actually really enjoying it. I thought I had quite an aptitude for it. My entire life, I've kind of struggled with having hot dog hands. I don't know if you've ever picked up on that. A girl in high school used to make fun of me for having hot dog hands. She was like, you got hot dog fingers. And I was like, shut up. But she's right. Like, I always wanted to learn how to play guitar. And I actually, when I was a kid, I really did play guitar. Or I tried. I even played like a little, you know, there was a choir thing, an after-school special for like the choir and the school band, and I was in a guitar quartet. But really, I don't know if how good I was ever going to be able to advance at that, given that, like, I don't know, man, my hands just don't do good with, you know, like, any kind of delicate work. Anything that requires more dexterity than a fistful of hot dogs could achieve, you know, it's something beyond me. But the first time that I drew back the bow and I bullseyed my target dead on, I was like, oh. And it occurred to me that maybe having fat fingers is good for archery, you know? And I thought to myself, it was almost like an Assassin's Creed moment, like this kind of, you know, for a second there, I was like, maybe my ancient ancestors might have been archers. Who knows? Yay. Wrecking everything today. I'm wrecking all my shit for you guys. And then, for Christmas, several years ago, my family invested in this very handsome bow here. And this is a Mustang PSE 50-pound recurve bow. I'm not into compound bows, not even into crossbows, not into longbows. And I've actually known a couple people who trained in longbow. They both struck me as the kind of, you know, theatrical person that would like a longbow. And I'm here to talk smack. I hate to tell you, recurve is where it's at, my friend. However, I did not have the strength at the time when this was purchased for me to crank back this 50-pounder. I might have the ability now that I've had several years of lifting underneath my belt. But at the time I did not, and by the time that I had gained the strength to be able to pull it back, I had left it both strung, I know, cringe, strung and sitting in a corner, and this created a problem where the bottom limb got bent. Anyway, it would cost me about, like, maybe $80 to get relimbed, and I don't know, once we're in that territory, I think I could possibly spring for yet another bow that is less than 50 pounds, which might help with accuracy a little bit for 10-year guys like me. You know, I don't really know. I'd actually really like to bring you an archery video. I might have to just use the kitty bow, but the problem is I'd need a place to shoot. There is the property that my family owns down here, I actually haven't been out there to see it. So that's a distinct possibility. If you enjoy the crazy antics of this video, and maybe you want to see an archery video in the future, drop me $1 on Patreon. I don't want to beg, but it really does help. I'm not even gonna lie. Without the donations, I wouldn't be able to afford this new PC, and without the new PC, I wouldn't be bringing you any content. I need the dollar, that's what I need, hey, hey. If you do decide to drop me $1, you can actually get access to the ever-growing collection of my journal entries that I've made over the last few years. I never made these with the intent to show anybody them, so a lot of them I can't show the full page, or I can't even show you the page at all. The ones that I can, I hope you'll find interesting. As time goes on, I start putting in, pasting in more cool stuff, maps from different parks that I've been to, drawings that I've done of crazy situations that have happened to me. So it's something to consider. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this educated you on as to whether or not, I just realized the pocket shot's been in my pocket this whole time, and I haven't even noticed it. It sits very comfortably. And remember, if you're gonna get a pocket shot, it's not a sex toy, alright? You can't use it like that. I think. Fuck you for saying that I'm gonna try. Fuck you. Still have the pocket shot in my pocket. I just put the bow in. I didn't even think about it. Hup. Alright. Come on, Woodrose. Let's knock the fuck out of here.